what is your take on the Afrinolly short film competition?
I think it's a superbly good idea. I mean, I think that, for example, if you go in England and America and stuff like that, you've got feature films, but you also have a genre that is short film. I mean, I think that part of the problem in Nigeria with filmmakers is the incapacity to sustain a sort of feature film. From an editorial point of view, sometimes it runs all over the place. You see what I mean? And it needs to be reined in. And I think that making short films will give people the discipline, editorial discipline, to be able to tell a story, a synopsisized story in 10 minutes. You see what I mean? And that's a very essential part of filmmaking, to be able to edit tightly and keep a hold of the story so it doesn't run away. So I think the short film is a brilliant idea. It's also innovative. It's never been done. It's giving some people, I mean, there are people who develop an expertise in that direction, so it's going to give them a platform, a new chance to tell their story without some enormous budget and enormous logistical complications. You can actually do it, a summarized version of a film in 10 minutes. So it's a brilliant, absolutely superb idea, I think.
So what do you think it's going to do for the growth of the Nigerian film industry?
Well, I think, as I said, it would help to sustain a new form of storytelling. I mean, this is all about storytelling, and it sort of dovetails into who we are as Africans. I mean, we keep oral traditions, we tell stories. So it's a different way, it's a shorter form. It's a much more, if you like, actually quite challenging way of telling a story. So I think it's going to give a new platform. It's going to create allied industries as well, because you're going to have people who are, for example, telling stories not only in a shorter form, but it's going to give rise to different platforms for delivering those stories. I mean, mobile phones, for example, that may not take a 90-minute feature film, may be able to take a 10-minute feature film. So it's a completely new sort of, not only art form, but also business form, business idea. And I think this is why I came to support it. I think it's a very good idea.
What word of encouragement would you have for young people who would want to participate in this competition?
Well, I think that first of all, they should consider themselves extremely fortunate that somebody's come up with the idea to provide this sort of platform. But I think perhaps more importantly, to learn from whatever discipline and practice it gives them. I think the key thing in filmmaking, as in many other professions, is discipline. You see what I mean? Most people don't realize that the art form itself, I mean, talent is about maybe, 20%. Discipline is 80%. So if you can learn from the discipline of it, that first of all, you really got to think of a very creative, ambitious, and highly disciplined way of telling a story in a very short space of time. It gives you the skills, I think, to decide, okay, right, I'm going to do, instead of a 10-minute, a 30-minute, but it'll be a tight 30 minutes. I'm going to do a 60-minute, 90-minute. You see what I mean? The opportunity is there to tighten the story and keep it really nice. So it's a good discipline. It's a good platform to learn, basically. That's what I mean.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome indeed. Thanks a lot.